Dynamic encounters. What are they? Who are they for? And why should you play them? I'll be answering all of these questions and more as we explain all the details around the latest content coming to Star Wars: The Old Republic. Here is the TLDR version for anyone who really can't be bothered to watch another one of my rant videos. Finally! What are they? Small mini-events that pop up around the galaxy on certain planets. Think of them as reoccurring quests that sometimes change and can be completed alongside other players without the need for a group, even to share progress. Who are they for? Right now, it seems like the content is purely aimed at people leveling up their characters who do not want to do the same old content from the past 13 years. If you're an endgame player, reference the next point. Why should you play them? Well, if you want reskinned cosmetics that are named after their Carto Market variant to give them the illusion of a good reward, then you should play. That being said, there is exactly one armor set that isn't a reskin that you can obtain. The Hidden Chain armor set. Alright, that was the short version. Now let's dig into the details. We'll get to my opinion at the end. With this new content comes new interface updates. The first thing to notice is that the galaxy map now has these new icons that will indicate whether or not dynamic events are taking place. This is how you will see which planets to visit and what type of events they are running. You can see the list of events via a scroll box at the bottom of the galaxy map window, when selecting a planet with active encounters, of course. There is no NPC to speak to, and there is no mission to take that relates to dynamic encounters. At least there isn't right now, so don't go spending time looking around the fleet for a mission to start. All you need to do is open the galaxy map and crack on. That being said, if you do want to track your progress via legacy achievements, then you can open your legacy window, find the achievements for dynamic encounters, and then just track them with the toggle button. The path on screen is from the player test server, so the achievements might be different or be located in a different tab. That's just so you know in case you're watching this video in the future. So once you've decided on a planet to grind out, go ahead and travel, and once you've arrived, open your map and take a look at the new icons across the world map screen. Each one of these icons represents what I call a mini event, and will have a tooltip description of their mission objective when you mouse over them. The tooltip will also show you if there is a cosmetic gear piece that may drop. What you'll notice is that different planets offer different cosmetic rewards via drops on certain types of these mini events. For example, on Imperial Hoth you'll find these cosmetic items, versus on Imperial Tatooine you'll find these different ones. Now, I wouldn't be doing my job as a content creator if I didn't make you aware of the fact that these cosmetic items are reskins. In fact, you can find variants of them all around the game. All I'm doing is letting you know. Now, if you so happen to find a hidden chain event on the world map, then your reward here is potentially one of their armor pieces, which is very desirable and is the only reward worth seeking, at least right now. Hopefully they will add more cool stuff later. When you look at the icons, you'll notice an animated border, which represents the timer for that event. When the timer runs out, the mini event will vanish, and soon after, another will take its place. When a new mini event spawns, it will be different for up to 3 cycles before repeating themselves. Some of these mini events will tie together, such as on Tatooine. In one event you will help some Jawas fix their droids, and in the sequel event you will have to return and help defeat the same droids that have now gone haywire. Not all of the mini events will relate to each other though, so I'd say maybe it's half and half. Half of them you'll get something like a sequel, the other half is just something different altogether. Furthermore, each mini event is actually quite diverse, ranging from play as a mouse droid, murdering huge ice trompers, taking on the Wampa of all Wampas, and even blast a Gamorrean into the Sarlacc pit to satiate its hunger. There are even small bosses, such as the Zerka droid in the Jundland Sea, which actually has mechanics you need to obey. Crazy stuff. For this one you had to pick up a canister and place it on a green arrow, then lure the boss into it so its shield would deactivate and you can damage it. While it is tame for a veteran, it's a great way to introduce new players to more entertaining gameplay that's normally restricted to flashpoints. There is even this one event where you inject banthas and they either shrink or grow larger or just turn aggressive. However, it must be pointed out that there is the odd mini event right now that is really quite boring, such as the one where you salvage parts from Jawas. For this one, there just wasn't enough nodes around and the chance to loot what you needed was pretty low, making it really annoying to just run around and click the stuff with no challenge. However, that might be a win if you're a lazy player. The next thing to know about these mini events is that you do not need to be in a group to complete them with shared progress. If the objective is to kill X amount of enemies, and there are other players around you also participating in the event, you and the other players will share your progress, making the mission much faster. Other objectives also share their progress, however, that seemed to be on and off when playing on the player test server, so hopefully they figure that out soon. One thing to keep in mind here is that if you're not in a group, you will receive less experience, so if you're leveling up, I would advise forming a group for the sake of maximum level up efficiency. The next thing to keep in mind is that some events will end when you complete them and disappear from the map, whereas other events, such as the Wampa encounter, will stay for the entire timer and then respawn into something else later on, so other players can also complete it. This basically means that many of the events will be time sensitive if you want to complete them, so keep that in mind when choosing where to go. Right now the mini events stick around on the map for about 30 minutes or so before expiring and another set spawns in. That's not the same all around, that's just more of an average. Probably the last thing to know is that you really don't need to play this with other people. But you have that option, and of course the mini events themselves are public, so anyone around can just jump in. But what I'm saying is, you will have zero issues creaming through any of the events, even the bosses, with just yourself and a capable companion. Alright, that's pretty much everything for the new dynamic events, and I'm now going to give my opinion and overall feedback of the new content. So if you don't want to hear it, you should tune out now. Personally, I found these mini events to be quite fun. Upon my first encounter with them, they seem enjoyable enough to play, especially if you're just leveling and don't want to do the older stuff. It's really good for that. However, the fact that they have so little change between the events and the fact that nothing in the world around you is impacted, that just really makes them feel bland when you start grinding them. What I mean is, if you just did like 5 or a few of the mini events, you'd probably really enjoy it and then go back to your story quest and move on to the next world. Perfect. But if you go around the full map completing the events, you quickly start to notice you're on the same worlds as before, essentially just doing discount heroic missions. Completing full sets of events changes nothing for the world, and the same old events just start to repeat. It is really jarring to sweep across the map doing all of those things just to see at the end a simple cleared map with nothing else or new going on. Because of what you did, nothing happens. I mean, if players on Tatooine complete all of the events, it should trigger a huge crate dragon boss in the desert, awakened by the nuisance of the player's actions. Now you need a group of 20 or more people to take down a new amped up world boss. Have it drop sick cosmetic crate dragon scale armor. Have it drop a crate dragon mount. Hell, even do a crate dragon mini pet. Also, this idea does come from this amazing comment. Thank you very much, Vorgul. But my point is, nothing happens. It very quickly becomes old, and this is pretty much the most valuable feedback I can give. Add more stages to the mini events and have them connect to a larger world goal. And when that goal is reached, have a new special event that spawns on the map. That would really bring this feature home and make it something more unique to the Star Wars universe with the themed bosses, such as a crate dragon, wink wink, nudge nudge. The possibilities are endless. It could even drop a crate dragon pearl as a grade 12 material. We've had grade 11 materials for half a decade now. All in all, the content is fun and fresh, but quickly stale and lacks an endpoint for players to strive towards. I really don't think players on the live server will want to intentionally do this content over a long period of time. Leveling players and the casuals who just started, they're gonna love it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they had the same complaint I have. Alright everyone, that's it from me. Let me know your own thoughts on the new content now that we have more details. Also, in case you didn't know, if you help to test the content on the public test server and you complete these objectives here, you'll get a Kai Zyken log mount and a Holo log mount from the devs as a reward. Remember to post your thoughts in the comments. May the force be with you.